Chapter 89, Thunder. Legends of the Frozen Game Book 2, Act 3. Date, 33480. Second quarter. Iron Confederacy border, Safe Hollow Town. The morning air hung heavy with mist veiling Safe Hollow in silver haze. From the forge to the outer fences, the town hummed with quiet tension. The laughter of yesterday had dulled. Every whisper now ended with a glance toward the northern ridge. Demir felt it too. That prickling weight at the back of his neck, the sense of being watched. The wolf's warning still echoed in his ears from the night before. He stood outside the forge, fastening the straps of his gauntlets. The scent of coal still clung to his hair and clothes.
Something's coming.
Marvin appeared beside him, bow in hand, eyes sharp as flint.
You feel it too, huh? Huh?
Demir nodded toward the forest edge. A dark shape stood waiting there. Not a Sina this time, but a horse. A massive black stallion, its coat gleaming like polished obsidian, eyes fierce and wild, muscles rippling under sleek fur. It pawed at the earth breath, steaming in the cool air as if daring Demir to approach.
I've never seen it before. It's not one of ours.
Demir took a cautious step forward. The horse's ears flicked, and it snorted, stamping hard enough to shake the ground.
Easy, I'm not here to fight.
You sure you're not cursed to attract wild beasts?
Starting to think I am.
Demir extended his hand palm open and steady.
You're a fine one, huh? Strong legs, fast eyes. You'd outrun that beastling easy.
The horse eyed him, breathing hard, nostrils flaring. Demir reached into his pouch and pulled out a slice of dried apple from his lunch.
Peace offering.
The stallion hesitated, head turning slightly considering, then took a step closer. Another. Its breath brushed his fingers hot and damp. Demir's fingers brushed the horse's muzzle, and the beast suddenly snorted, jerking its head violently, sending him stumbling backward into the dirt. His back hit hard, driving the air from his lungs.
Oh, that's the universe paying you back for flirting with wolves.
Demir spat out a leaf, standing up and brushing dirt from his pants.
Yeah, hilarious. I will try again, though. Maybe not today.
After the dark horse vanished into the trees, Marvin and Demir started looking for their true objective. Goblin scouts.
Tracks, broken branches, missing critters. I bet my anvil were being scouted.
You and that wolf should start a detective agency.
Demir didn't laugh. His expression was serious, eyes scanning the tree line.
Let's take a walk. If they're getting closer, I want to see them before they see us.
They left Safe Hollow behind, two figures cutting through the foggy woods. Birds scattered ahead of them as they followed the northern trail where Asina's howl had come from the night before. The mist clung to everything, turning the forest into a ghostly maze. By noon, they reached a clearing near a shallow creek. Water burbled over smooth stones. Demir crouched, running his hand along the mud. The earth was soft, freshly disturbed.
Fresh. At least 3, maybe 4 goblins. Moving fast. See the indent? They're riding something.
Marvin knelt beside him, studying the tracks with practiced eyes.
Beastlings. Those ugly half-bred wolves they saddle up on?
They're scouting ahead of a bigger force.
The realization hit both of them at the same time. The same kind of scouts that had preceded the last goblin camp. The same pattern.
We have to warn Roderick.
Before Demir could answer, a low growl rolled through the trees. Not deep like Asina's. Shorter, harsher, more guttural. The brush ahead shifted, branches snapping. 6 goblins emerged, 3 riding squat, mutated wolfish beasts. The other 3 clutched jagged spears, sniffing the air with wrinkled noses.
Humans, smell, forge fire, safe place nearby.
Demir drew Wolf's vow, the blade flashing in the dim light. The orichalcum sang as it left the sheath.
Guess they found us first.
The clearing erupted in chaos. Marvin's arrow struck first, taking the rider clean off his beastling mount. The creature shrieked, thrashing wildly, claws tearing at the earth. The remaining goblins lunged forward, jabbering and cackling in their harsh tongue. Demir met the first spear, with his shield sparks bursting where metal met metal. The second goblin tried to flank him, and found his face split open by Thunder Edge. The crackling arc of energy cleaved through the air, felling 2 trees behind it. Wood exploded into splinters. The final goblin turned to flee.
Run, run, humans, strong. Tell chief, tell chief.
Not this time.
He lunged, but the goblin jumped onto the beastling's back, snapping its reins hard. The creature darted away, scuttling through the forest with unnatural speed. Its claws barely touched the ground. Marvin's arrows whistled through the air, but the goblin ducked low, vanishing between the trees like smoke.
2 got away.
We have to get back. If he reaches their camp.
Then Safe Hollow won't stay safe much longer.
They ran back through the forest following the goblin's trail, only to stop short at the forest's edge. The dark horse appeared again, stepping from the mist like a phantom. Steam rose from its nostrils. It came eye to eye with Demir, neither moving. Demir walked up to the beast, slowly, eyes locked.
I won't let you get away this time.
This time he stood firm. When the horse tried to pull away, Demir moved with it, keeping calm, murmuring softly. His voice was steady, rhythmic.
I need you. We need you. We need you.
The words were whispered, almost a prayer. After what felt like an hour of silent negotiation but was only a couple minutes, the stallion finally let him stroke its neck. The fur was warm, alive under his palm.
Got you. I'll call you Thunder.
Why thunder? It's black as night.
He smiled faintly.
Because it will be.
He swung onto the horse's back. The stallion surged forward, the world blurring into streaks of green and brown.
He will be my thunder, bringing storm to Mir.
He drew Wolf's vow one-handed. Reckless, stupid, but necessary.
Be careful. Bye.
I want to try my luck. You return to town.
Demir rode Thunder at full speed along the goblin's route. Wind whipped his face. Branches reached like claws. He ducked low branches, sparks flying as his blade clipped bark. The mounted goblin glanced back, shrieking orders in its harsh language. The second scout lagged behind, limping hard, one leg dragging. Demir caught up just enough to swing. The sword's edge slashed the air, lightning sparking. And the goblin went down with a scream, tumbling into a fallen log. Its body went still. The beastling rider turned sharply, trying to lose him in the trees. The creature was fast, impossibly agile. Demir's horse, wild and unbroken, didn't slow. It leapt a ravine, landed rough, almost throwing Demir forward. His heart hammered. He gripped the mane with white knuckles. The goblin rider looked back again, eyes wide, realizing the human was still there. Still coming. Demir swung for the mount's flank. The hit glanced off scales and the beastling bucked violently. Hold on. Swirled, twisted. Demir and the goblin both went flying, tumbling down a slope, crashing through leaves and rocks until the world stopped spinning. Everything was pain and confusion. He hit the ground hard, breath gone, head ringing. His sword landed a few meters away, half buried in dirt and moss. The goblin was slower to rise, dazed but snarling. Blood dripped from its mouth. It raised its spear hands, trembling, and Demir lunged first, catching it mid-motion. Wolf's vow crackled with power, and the strike cleaved the spear and half the goblin's arm. It tried to crawl, hissing through its teeth in pain.
Chief will come. Many, many, many.
Demir raised the blade but stopped when it spoke, voice trembling with fear and defiance.
You can't stop us. Too many.
Demir's jaw tightened.
We'll see.
He struck. Quick, clean, final. The light left the goblin's eyes. By the time he dragged himself back up the slope, muscles screaming, the horse was waiting. Covered in dirt and sweat, nostrils flaring but alive. It stood like a statue. Demir stared at it for a long moment.
You didn't leave.
The horse snorted as if insulted by the suggestion. Demir laughed weakly, the sound raw.
All right then. Guess we're partners now.
He picked up his sword, wiped the blood off with a leaf, and swung into the saddle.
You're still Thunder. Deal with it.
The horse neighed softly. Maybe in agreement, maybe in protest. Hard to tell. When he returned to Safe Hollow hours later, the townsfolk gathered to meet him, whispering as he dismounted, bloodied and exhausted. His armor was scratched, clothes torn. Celine brought out a water bowl, grinning.
You're gonna end up with a zoo at this rate.
Working on it.
Rubbing the horse's neck. The animal leaned into his touch.
At least this one doesn't bite yet.
The mood was light for a moment, but the memory of the fleeing goblin gnawed at him. The warning echoed in his mind. Too many. They're coming. Chapter 90. Kalen's Wall. Legends of the Frozen Game, Book 2, Act 3. Date 3/30/480, second quarter. Chalice Theocracy. The rain hadn't stopped since dawn. It drummed endlessly against the training yard's glass dome, a steady rhythm that matched the pounding in Aris's chest. Match 51. His opponent, Kalen. The Beastkin students whispered bets in the corners. The Fae smirked behind elegant hands. The humans cheered faintly, knowing what would happen before it began. Kalen was not just another classmate. He was a mountain in motion. A wall of muscle reflex and confidence wrapped in the kind of brutality that made the instructors proud. Rathvos's booming voice carried across the drenched field, echoing off stone walls.
Aris or Velis versus Kalen Torture. Begin when ready.
Kalen stepped forward, shield in hand. A massive round plate etched with divine runes that glowed faintly. His wooden sword rested casually on his shoulder. His golden eyes gleamed with certainty.
I won't go easy on you because you're human, or go hard on you because you left our club. Good luck, ex-roommate.
Aris didn't reply. He was too busy downing every potion he'd crafted over the past week. Stamina tonics that tasted like copper. Agility drafts that burned going down. Minor strength enhancers that made his hands tingle. His veins felt like they were singing his heartbeat like thunder.
If I can't use the Witness Stone, then this will have to do.
Match start.
Kalen moved like a hammer falling from the sky. His first shield bash nearly took Aris off his feet, the shock reverberating through his bones. The impact drove the air from his lungs. Aris rolled aside, snapping his hand out. Radiant mark. A glowing sigil flared across Kalen's chest, pulsing with golden light. He followed it up with radiant convergence, the orb manifesting above his palm. He sent light missiles. 5, 6, 7 bursts of radiant energy slamming into the boy's torso. Each impact flashed brilliantly light, exploding like miniature suns. But when the light faded, Kalen still stood. His body shimmered with a protective aura, absorbing the blows like they were sparks on metal.
Nice trick, but light doesn't burn me.
He charged again, shield bleeding. The ground shook with each step. Aris dodged right then, left rolling across the slick floor. He sent a solar flare from his orb to blind him. The explosion of white light filled the arena, earning him a second's reprieve. But Kalen was already swinging shield first, striking through the glare with uncanny instinct. The boy fought like he could see through walls. Aris blocked with his light barrier, magic solidifying into translucent gold. But the impact sent him flying backward. His ribs screamed in protest. Pain lanced through his chest. He tried to rise to re-establish distance, but Kalen was relentless. Each step thundered across the arena floor. Each strike cracked through Aris's weakened shield like hammers through glass.
Aris, are you giving up already?
Aris spat blood, the taste metallic and bitter. He forced himself upright.
Never.
Kalen slammed into him again. This time Aris felt his arm twist under the pressure. There was a crack, a burst of pain so sharp it made the world go white. He hit the floor hard, gasping, his broken arm limp beside him. Useless.
Stop. That's enough.
Kalen halted, breathing hard, staring down at him.
You should know when to quit. I didn't want to do that.
Rathvos stepped forward, voice firm.
Winner. Kalen Torture.
The watching students muttered among themselves. The Fae contingent smirked with smug satisfaction.
Idiot. He's all potions and no brains.
Aris didn't answer. He couldn't. His body trembled, not from pain but fury, not at Kalen, at himself, at Lyra for bringing him to this theocracy, at Demir for pulling him into this world, at himself for not being enough. Rathvos sighed, disappointment clear in his expression.
Auric, get him to the infirmary. He can't fight like that. I'll have to mark your next matches as losses, Aris.
Auric hesitated.
Sir, I have my own.
Yo.
Aris forced a smile through the pain.
It's fine. I can walk.
But as he turned to leave, clutching his broken arm, Sliver stepped forward, his old rival. Her silvery hair glinted under the torchlight, perfect and untouchable.
I can help my fellow classmate.
her voice dripping with false concern.
No thanks.
Suit yourself. We'll see each other at the last match, maybe more later.
Are you in love with me? Is that it?
The question came out sharper than he intended, revealing her ugly side.
You wish?
She cursed, face-twisting. Harris limped away, clutching his arm. Fox trailed behind, tail low and ears flat.
That's 5 automatic losses. You really don't know when to quit.
Aris chuckled bitterly, the sound hollow.
I was trying to study Kalen's enhancement spell. Wanted to see how his body moved under it. The muscle response, the energy flow.
And?
It's not for me. I don't need to hit harder. I need to hit smarter. From a distance.
At least rest. No more blood potions, Aris. I mean it.
At the infirmary, healer Kira greeted him with calm professionalism. Her silver robes glowed faintly with wardlight runes embroidered along the hem.
Broken radius, bruised ribs, exhaustion. You Templar types always overdo it.
I'm not even a Templar yet.
Slumping into the chair, Kira smiled faintly.
Then stop pretending you are.
Her hands hovered over his arm, golden light spilling from her palms like liquid sun. Bones, reknit tendons mended. Warmth spread through the injury.
2 days rest, minimum. No fighting until then.
2 days. 5 forfeited matches. His rank dropped from 29 to 40 by the time he returned to class. Still, he refused to sulk. He sparred when he could, brewed when he couldn't. The academy had turned colder, quieter. More instructors vanished overnight, their rooms sealed. Kurgodan's armored patrols doubled boots, echoing through empty corridors. Students whispered of inquisitions and trials. But what haunted Aris most was the empty library. No Lyra. No answers. Only the faint scorch mark of the eye of the theocracy still burned into the door. Then, one gray afternoon, she returned. He almost didn't recognize her at first. Her once silver fey hair was trimmed to a harsh buzz cut exposing the pale curve of her skull. Her fey disguise, the same mild librarian form she'd used for months, was immaculate. No visible wounds, no scars. Only the faintest emptiness in her eyes. Aris froze mid-step.
Lyra?
She turned, slowly blinking at him like he was a stranger.
Yes, student. How can I help you?
It was her voice. The same tone, the same cadence. But there was nothing behind it, like listening to an echo in an empty room.
I'm glad you're alive. You were gone so long I thought...
She tilted her head politely, expression pleasant but vacant.
I was reassigned briefly. My memory isn't what it used to be. Sorry I don't recall your name.
Fox's ears shot up.
Wait, what? You don't remember us?
Lyra smiled faintly, looking at the fox with mild interest.
Oh, what a clever familiar. You can talk? That's very rare. It must have cost a fortune?
Fox blinked, stunned.
You used to call me dog. You said?
I think you have me mistaken for someone else.
Returning to her stack of scrolls. Her movements were precise, mechanical. Aris stared, the room spinning. The same woman stood before him. Same voice, same hands. But she wasn't there. Something was missing. Something had been taken. He stepped forward.
Lyra, what did they do to you?
She paused, brow furrowing slightly.
You're mistaken, student. No one made me anything.
Aris's stomach twisted. There were no scars on her neck, but he could feel the invisible weight of memory theft. Experiments written in absence.
They scrubbed her Aris, wiped her clean.
Lyra smiled politely again.
If you'd like to study, the lower stacks are open. Please keep your voice down.
Harris couldn't speak, couldn't breathe. He felt the weight of 100 bottled lights pressing on his chest. Finally, he forced a nod.
Thank you, librarian.
He turned to leave, his jaw tight, his fists trembling. Outside, the wind howled against the stone courtyard. Rain lashed across his face, cold and sharp. Fox looked up at him.
She's gone, Aris. They hollowed her out.
Aris didn't answer. He just stared toward the academy's great spire, where the sigil of the eye still glowed faintly in the stormlight.
I know. But if they took her memories...
He clenched his fists.
Wait, didn't she say she was going to do something?
You mean?
What if she knew they were going to drill her, so she removed us and passed the test?
What?
If she wasn't able to pass their interrogation, she would be dead, like the High Priestess did to the previous builder.
Then she must have used her relic. She used that.
Exactly, where is it?
I don't know.
She must have hidden it. If we find it, we can use it to give her memories back.
He turned back toward the dorms, rain dripping from his hair. Inside, his cauldrons still waited. Unfinished brews, incomplete formulas. But now he had a new mission. Find the relic. Restore Lyra. Whatever it took,